Good morning. Um, this has been an interesting morning already, and I'm a tad laughing and a tad concerned. So let me explain. I titled this Posting Wisdom or Posting Humor, but I'm going to add a few things to that. Are you posting your hurt or are you posting ads? So I'm in business as an online marketing coach. And that's why I have successwithmarla.com. If you want to know more, you can go look at me up there and get in on my newsletter. But here's what occurred this morning. I'm also a healer. I'm also a trained and seasoned energy worker healer. Now, that might offend some of you, but I actually am able to help some of my clients get over some health issues so that they can go back to work. And usually it's all stress related. It is just plain stress. So I'm not into diagnosis of anything, but if you've got anything that's stressing you out, we go look at that. Because sometimes you got to do that before you can get back to the work. But I digress a bit, but not by much. So this morning, I'm reading my Facebook post, getting ready to do this video, and I run into, three posts that just leave me laughing. So then another one pops up, and it says, oh no, so-and-so is going to get fired if they don't dance. Well, I didn't really sit there and go, so what is meant by this? I just took the words literally. So I posted, is he a dance instructor? Wouldn't you do that? Well, guess what? There was another whole meaning. They had changed the word jabbed for dance. Now, I'm not being political here. Let's not go there. So when I start seeing all these messages pop up, well, first of all, I was called a hater. Well, that was pretty tough because this was a healing group. So how can I be a healer and be a hater? It just doesn't work that way. Then I started watching some other posts, and somebody said she doesn't know. I don't know what. She's an OP. She's an old person. You know, why just I'm laughing? It's like, you're right. I have a 31-year-old son. And it's like I'm sitting here going, do I need to call him every day now and say, hey, what's the latest? Has this word, does this word now mean this word? Dance to me can be, yes, I know what a dance is. It's like get in the game. Get in the game the way the game is, or get out. I know that. But I didn't take that message that way. I didn't know that message was wanting to express a hurt, which I would never, ever go in and stomp on somebody's hurt. It's not who I am. But people are just trying to literally understand who we are by these written words. So I found it fascinating that I actually had people who only know me on Facebook standing up for me because I'm an OP. Well, I am an OP and I own it, but I bring wisdom. And the wisdom I'm bringing you today is if you want to do a post, you got to be clear about what you want. It's all about clarity. Say it the way you mean it. If you can't say it the way you mean it, then it shouldn't go out there yet. So sometimes we write posts in haste, whether they're for our business, whether they're for something humorous we want to share, or a life story. Now, it's pretty easy to go out there. I put a post out there the other day that my husband and I were celebrating our 31st wedding anniversary. Pretty clear. No in between the lines. That's it. We had a good time. We've had a good time for 31 years. We have a great son to show for it. So when we go out and we do things as clear as that, it's pretty easy. But to expect people nationally and internationally to understand your lingo, and that's what it is, it's lingo. If you really want something back from that post, you got to be clear. So if you're marketing, you got to be clear. If you just want attention, you got to be clear. Hey, nobody said hi to me for days. Please, say hi to me. Or if you're marketing something, I don't recommend you spam. It's not what I teach. But I do suggest that you really consider what is it that you want to get out there. Good morning. So Facebook is an interesting platform. Instagram is an interesting platform. I don't find many people posting on back in the emotional realm on Instagram, but they do post on Facebook. So sometimes Facebook can be a little bit of a hotbed, and you got to understand whose community you're in. So I will own that I did not really pay attention to what group that post was made in. Or I might have had a bell trigger that said, this is not about dancing. This is about something else. Because I was just sort of scanning, going through. I took first impression. First impression was, this is humorous. Is he a dance instructor? That's it. That's all I did. And then I got defended because I was an OP. I got deleted because I was unsympathetic. But at no point was I asked for sympathy or understanding or a solution or an opinion. So the only way I knew how to play was to be humorous. So what's my point today? Because you always got to have a point. My point is, when you are posting, are you really, really clear about what results you want? When you set a goal in your business, are you really, really clear about the results you want? When you send out a newsletter, are you really, really clear about the results you want? If you want to be more results oriented and less reactive, that's where I help, because I will ground you, because even I could go off on tangents, and I like my coach once in a while to say, well, you got 3 things on the table right now. Which one of these is really going to bring you the best results long term? And how are you going to get that done? And it takes me back. It puts me back in where I need to be. It brings me the balance. So there's so many things here, but you got to have some posting wisdom. You got to have some posting humor. And if you're really wanting empathy and sympathy, maybe those are the messages you send privately to your friends, to your family. Because if you're going to put yourself out there publicly, you really, really need to make sure that you don't set yourself up for the responses you don't want. I mean, I get it. The feeling that was going on there after I read those posts, it would be like having my child come in with a skinned knee, and I laughed at them. But I would have to be psycho if I did that, because when somebody's hurt their knee, you can see it, you hear the crying, you see it. But you don't see it in a post. You don't feel their angst. You don't feel their pressure. So there's two-way street in communications. Always a two-way street. You got to say it like what you want, and then you got to go for it. And if you want to be a participant in the communication, you got to ask for clarity. So my mistake was, I didn't ask for clarity. I didn't say, is this humorous, or do you need help? That would have been a good step on my part. But I'm not going to apologize, because I also had been in an environment in which it was humorous. So I grew my awareness today. I grew my awareness. Pay attention to the group I'm in. Pay attention to the fact that somebody feels okay to share their vulnerability. Feel okay, and then qualify that vulnerability. I can do that. But if they're out on the public page and they're posting like that, then maybe that was appropriate. So there's so many ways to be misunderstood nowadays. You really got to think about what you're going to do. And I really had to think about doing this video today, because there's some lessons that I might need to have also myself. And I do review a lot of my posts over and over and over again before I post. And guess what? There's still always someone that at least they ask a question and I can come back to them. So I could have asked a question. So today I'm thanking all the people who stood up for this old person. But it wasn't because I was an old person. It was just because somebody had changed the jargon. And it isn't because I'm insensitive. And I know you aren't those things either. So it's not an age thing. It's a cultural thing. We got too many sensitivities out there on our sleeves. But knowing those sensitivities are there, watch what you post. Be sure to get what you want from that post. And if you don't get it, don't go slamming people. Go ahead and turn it into a marketing opportunity, just like I did. So, hey, from this old person to you, if you want to have some success in online marketing, just go ahead and look me up, successwithmarla.com, because I can show you how to build a website in 10 minutes. And I can help you write those posts so that you don't get these weird reactions you don't want. Talk to you soon. Bye.